Greetings, my fellow freaks and weirdos. I'm Tom, and welcome to Monster Gab, where we love all things horror. And I'm once again joined by my wife, Sandra.
Hi.
You excited?
Yes.
Me too. Do you know why? Because we are heading to Rhyller Thriller 2024, a horror film festival held here in the town of Rhyl on the North Wales coast. Let's go check it out. Oh, and we're also going to meet Bryn from HorrorHands. Oh, Captain Scarlet! This year's festival took place on the 18th of May. I will of course edit this content and upload it to the channel as soon as possible. Last year, Rhyller Thriller marked Ryl's first ever horror film festival, and due to its success, it warranted a sequel, which is why this year's festival is actually titled
Rhyller Thriller 2, Revenge of the Thriller.
Rhyller Thriller is a community-driven passion project organised by a team led by Chad Jones and Tom Rowlands, with Jason Jones returning as host and compere, interviewing the guests with Q&As. Those guests included the likes of author Janine Pipe, actor Craig Conway, and Neil Marshall, director of many a movie, including two horror classics, Dog Soldiers and The Descent, which were both shown at the festival on the big screen. And our special guests greeted fans, signed autographs, and posted for photographs too. But I'm getting way ahead of the video. We haven't even entered the building yet. God, is that Bryn from HorrorHands? I think it is. It is. The man, with the legend.
Hey.
How are you, mate?
Nice to see you, mate. Yeah.
This is Bryn. Bryn has his own YouTube channel dedicated to his passion for horror movies called HorrorHands. The man is a human encyclopedia for films of horror, and his content is truly fascinating, with movie reviews, physical media pickups, and bonus content where his dad paints busts and sculptures of iconic horror characters and movie monsters. If you love horror, do yourselves a favour and check out Bryn's channel. I'll leave a link in the description, or you can be a full functioning adult and search for it yourselves. That's HorrorHands, spelled as one word, and tell him in the comments that Monster Gab sent you. Bryn and I are both subscribed to and been following each other's YouTube channels for a couple of years now, watching each other's content and commenting on each other's videos. But at Rhyller Thriller, we finally got to physically meet each other for the very first time. Right, Bryn, this is a gift from me to you.
Oh.
This is a horror-themed chalice.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm opening it, but
It's okay. Fine.
I wouldn't drink from it though. It's
Not a poison chalice.
I might have peed in it. No, I didn't. But that's for you, my
Oh,
good man.
thank you so
I'll put
much.
it back in the box.
That's so kind. Thank you. I'll put it in the movie room.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So the main festival itself takes place in the upstairs part of the town hall. We're just a little bit early as it happens, but in the downstairs part there is a fringe market that's totally free to the public, and ticket holders to the festival get early access. So we're going to take advantage of that right now. That is terrifying. But kind of cute at the same time. This guy's just intimidating. Not as intimidating as Chad.
It's not cool.
What's the name of the
Vivid Pixel.
Vivid Pixel?
That
There
is
we go.
me. Drawing it all on my iPad and printed in all the badges and keyrings and stuff.
Oh.
I've made myself as well.
Really? Drawn this all on your iPad?
Yeah. It is good. Just started off as a bit of a hobby sort of thing, and then
And then it's just expanded. The God in the living room.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of my short stories in there. I do like it's like a Lovecraftian body zombie story where I do it in the second person, so I'm telling you as a reader what's happening to you.
Oh no
as you're
way!
becoming a zombie.
That sounds cool. How much are you selling that for?
That's £6.
That's
that
£6.
one, but with that, with both of these are just me, these two you see, and these are anthologies. But the man who does my artwork, Elan, I send him a couple of chapters, and he does. So both of these are scenes from the book.
Are we good, man? Are we good? We well? You look like you got a skin condition there. I think there's a cream for that though. Wow, these are amazing. Wow, this Frankenstein one. Oh god. Wow. Oh, the pins are amazing. Look at that. It's Jeff Cummins, isn't it? Just realised. So you do the album art for like Whitesnake and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wow.
This is all my stuff.
Oh my god. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. Wow. I've got the Live in the Heart of the City album. I recognise that very well.
Pretty good album as well.
It's a damn good. It's probably one of my favourite live albums. I think. Definitely. Oh my god, I'm just not going to get away from these guys, are we? Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, thank you very much, thank you. Yes, it's a lovely display. It's very nice. Oh, we're fantastic, thank you very much. Look at that, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh wow! I bet you could do a lot of damage with them. Yes. Right, folks, I've just found Samantha Fisher, which is a local author, I believe.
Yes.
Anglesey, is that right?
Yes.
I've done my homework. I'm not a stalker, don't worry. Don't put me in one of your books. You've written your fair share of horror novels, I believe.
I have, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about them? Or?
So I've written the Base Fear series, and each book is set on a different military base.
Right.
And they focus more on the children of military families, just getting that representation out there for kids like my own,
Right.
who don't tend to see themselves in books.
Yeah, because you put a lot of your personal experience in these, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. So people get to learn a little bit of what military life is like for the families,
Right.
rather than for the person who's in the military, and also some very, very creepy, mostly real-life urban legends from these bases.
Wow. And these are also available on Amazon, is that right?
They are,
So I'll
yes.
leave a link in the description below.
Books 5 and 6 are in progress at the moment, and they should hopefully be coming out this year.
How much for all four?
It's £22. if you want to
£22?
buy the series.
I'll buy them now if you sign them for me.
I will absolutely sign them for you. Just not going to put my address in.
I'm not that creepy.
Well, you said you'd done your homework.
How are we doing, Jace?
Strangely relaxed. Come back in about half an hour and we're all shitting ourselves.
Again, you are host and compere as well, I believe.
Yeah, I know, because I didn't completely mess up last year. So. Children's programming.
Really? Yes, I can see that.
Yep.
And,
Fun for all the family.
So have you got your questions lined up, or you're just going to wing it?
I've got them sort of wingedy, questiony, sort of. Hopefully they know what they're talking about, because I don't.
Yeah. You won't let us down, you'll be fine.
Oh God, hopefully not. Still puckered up a bit though. And another one. Church programming.
How are we doing, Chad? You well?
No, we're very, very stressed.
Might have to get myself a bottle of pirate piss.
Kiddie size one.
Let's check out this guy's tats then. What we got here? Let's have a look. Name them all for me. Let's go.
Yeah, you got Jason, Reagan's round the back.
Oh, of course, of course.
We've got a Pennywise eye, because I'm terrified of clowns, but we'll keep. You've got to have a bit of the
You've got to have some of that bit of Lost Boys, yeah. Red rum
from the Overlook. Ghostface. The
Bit of
man
Michael,
himself,
absolutely, absolutely.
Patrick Bateman round the back.
We love a bit of Patrick Bateman.
What you can't actually see just yet is this is the Sean Pertwee scene where he changes in Dog Soldiers.
Ah,
It's
cool.
all of here.
Ah, amazing.
The puzzle box and we have the Death's Head Moth,
Oh, yes, yeah. Excellent. Oh, wow.
and the Inquisitor from the Red Dwarf because he terrified me as a kid.
After mingling with each other and stall vendors down below for an hour, ticket holders were eventually invited to go upstairs to the bar and main room where a cinema screen and seating were put in place. I'm not sure, but there might be somebody behind me. Well, how are you enjoying the festival so far? Yes, very good, very good. All these creatures and monsters roaming around are part of the Murder House Productions screen team, regulars at the Museum of Horrors in Stoke-on-Trent, and might have to visit sometime soon in a future video perhaps. The first film we saw was a short film and a world premiere called The Three Trials, directed by Dylan Gard. This one brings religion and Welsh culture together in a modern day horror story that left us all wanting to know what happens next. So we've just watched the world premiere of The Three Trials. What do you think of that, guys? What do you make?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good. I really liked how they utilised a woodland setting in the Welsh mythology.
Yeah,
I've not seen that aspect in many things, so yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, definitely. I like the kind of Welsh aspect. They've kept it at home, you know, obviously, and the fact that it's a low-budget film as well, and looks like it's a pilot for a series as well.
Yeah, more to come.
More to come. Well, we hope so. Looking forward to it.
Definitely like to see more of that.
The second film was a short horror comedy called Free Spirits, about a vicar sent to deal with the ongoings at a haunted nudist camp. Yeah, you heard me right. So we've just watched the comedy short, Free Spirits, was it called?
Yeah.
I mean, you missed the first half, you were getting the beers in. It just means you're well trained. So, what do you make of that, Bryn?
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
It was silly.
It was silly.
Do you know what was funny is when it first came on, I actually thought it was going to be a straight up serious film.
Yeah, I thought
the gothic introduction and the music.
Yeah.
But it was just so silly, but lots of fun. Really enjoyed it.
Some good practical effects in that.
Very good. Visually, very good, wasn't it?
Really
good.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
On to the next one. So what's with the new hat, I hear you ask? Well, I'm glad you mentioned it, because it's courtesy of Zealous Rebellious Clothing. And guess what? You see that font there? Do you know where that's from? That is the same font used in Christine, the movie Christine, or the poster anyway. Yeah. It's cool. So they provide a range of hats, t-shirts, hoodies. You're wearing a t-shirt right now?
Yeah.
You love it, don't you? We recently went on a cruise and we took a couple of t-shirts with us because they've got a great range of designs. They've got designs fit for men, women, kids. Just check them out. It's run by a good friend of mine and it would mean a lot to me if you help support his business. So that's Zealous Rebellious Clothing. I'll leave a link in the description below. Check out their website and their Facebook page and other socials. The first feature-length movie of the day was the pocket film of Superstitions, which was a documentary-style film that focused on superstition and fortune with a subtle hint of satire. Okay, so we've just watched our first feature film of the day, Pocket Full of Superstitions.
Yeah. Peculiar one.
Pocket full of something. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit hard going. If I'm gonna be positive about it, it was an homage to silent movies, I would say. I got some Haxan vibes. At times.
It was presented in a very sort of vintage horror kind of way.
And it had some good visuals in it. I just think it failed to be captivating.
It was hard going.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think I saw you fall asleep at one point. Am I right? Yeah. But I don't want to be too critical. I wouldn't know the first thing about making a movie myself. But yeah, it just wasn't for us, perhaps. Hold up, because this is making me cringe. We, of course, are entitled to our own opinions and shouldn't be expected to like every film on display here, but I take no pleasure in ridiculing other people's content or the choice of movies the folks at Rhyller Thriller have put on display here. So I just want to clarify, the real reason Sandra fell asleep is because she'd recently put in a few hard shifts at work, and we were both in the pub the previous night. We might not have liked this particular movie ourselves, but that doesn't mean that you won't, so my apologies. Around 2 PM, we were treated to a short film showcase that ran for just over a couple of hours. This was a whole bunch of short horror films that were entered as part of a competition to win the Bloody Seagull Award. Trust me, if you ever visit Rhyl, you'll get this reference. The seagulls here are savage. The award was given to a beautifully shot movie filmed in North Wales called Wilderness, and if you ever get the chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. And a certificate was awarded to the talented young kids of Out for a Film Media, who screened their own short movie here too. Yeah, we haven't spent a lot of money today. We bought a few goodies. Sandra's bought these pins or badges, which I think were like potluck, were they?
Yeah,
random. I got myself a fridge magnet. It says "Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake." Bryn, who sadly had to disappear because he's got a long journey home, he bought himself a DVD. I can't remember what it was, but it's an obscure-looking film. And what have you got there? Some unicorn yak. Okay, yeah, sounds great. Oh, and you've got to show my pirate piss there. Fantastic. Oh, the lights are going out. Looks like the movie's about to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Eventually we reached the main event, a double bill screening of 2005's The Descent, followed by 2002's Dog Soldiers, and after this was a Q&A with the director himself, Neil Marshall, alongside actor Craig Conway, who featured in both films, and author Janine Pipe. Apart from this snippet, I didn't record the Q&As, but the guys at Ryller Thriller did, and I'll leave links in the description once they release it. So we've just watched the double bill of The Descent and Dog Soldiers. That was the first time you've seen Dog Soldiers?
No, I actually recognised it, you know. I think I have seen it.
So you have seen it before, but you enjoyed it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we've seen The Descent a handful of times. I've seen it a few times now, but I've always said this before. It doesn't matter how many times you see a movie, watching it on the big screen in front of a bunch of other enthusiasts of the genre is a privilege, and it's a great experience. So it was just fun watching it with a bunch of horror fans. I'm not gonna lie, we're starting to feel a bit tired now. We've been here for what, 10 hours I think? Is it something like that? 10 and a half hours watching horror films. My bum's starting to hurt now. We've got a couple more films to go, and so I'll just adjust the camera. A couple more films to go, and we'll see how we get on. The final short was called Vista. I know, with a title like that, it sounds like hardcore erotica, right? Well, it wasn't far off. The guys at Ryller Thriller had to announce a warning first before screening this one. Okay, so we have just watched the final short movie of the night called Vista, and I'm going to let Sandra share her thoughts first.
Well, that was just something else.
Could you explain what the film was about? Let me tell you something. It was batshit crazy.
I don't know how to explain it.
I'm gonna need a shower after watching that movie. It's just insane. That's about as much as I'm willing to share, because to be honest with you, there's a lot in that I couldn't even talk to you about without getting in some kind of trouble on YouTube. It was very extreme.
Very wrong.
In many ways.
On many levels.
There was one final movie called Artifacts of Fear, but unfortunately Sandra and I were all movied out by this point and struggling with sore bums, so we decided we'd had our fill for the day and left. But after the festival, there was an after party held in a bar across town called the Front Room, so we showed our faces for a quick drink. That's a shandy, by the way, I was driving. And that was Ryller Thriller 2024, or
Ryller Thriller 2, Revenge of the Thriller.
Apart from the two main features, most of the movies shown were low-budget films, many of them passion projects from up-and-coming directors. It's a great opportunity for them to share their work with an audience of fellow horror fans and gain some recognition. Likewise, those same fans are introduced to movies they may not have discovered elsewhere, and given the chance to support these movie makers in the hope they can aspire to go on and do bigger and greater things. A similar thing can be said about the team behind Ryller Thriller. Over the last 2 festivals, they've put their heart and souls, blood and sweat, and their own money into it, and made no profit in return. They do it for the love of their community, their hometown, and of course their passion for horror movies. But who knows, this humble community-based festival could be bigger and better, but that can only be made possible or even exist at all thanks to people like you and me, the general public, fans of the horror genre. This year's festival was a success and outsold tickets from the previous year, but these guys rely on those ticket sales, so do them a favour. Do yourselves a favour. Search for Rhyller Thriller, and when dates for the next festival are available, buy a ticket, show your support, and enjoy the festivities.
If you dare.
So apparently there's a Gorlesque performance on at the after party later on tonight, but we're just too tired, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've had such a long day, but a really fun day. We are knackered. We've picked ourselves a couple of pizzas up. We're going to enjoy that and go home. But listen, we've had a great time today. We've really enjoyed Rhyller Thriller. I mean, do you have any highlights of today? What were your kind of highlights of the...
Been given a heart attack several times.
From the for all the monsters walking around. You got a good picture though, didn't you?
I did.
I think for me that the highlights for me, what Bryn turned up for one.
Oh yeah.
I loved meeting Bryn, and you know the fact that we've got to do a bit of footage together was great. I think chatting to Craig Conway in the foyer. I didn't get to film it unfortunately, but as things were kind of easing off, we had a bit of a chat with him, didn't we? Which was nice.
Yeah.
And well, the films in general they were really fun.
Yeah, they were all good fun.
Yeah,
That one at the end was a bit bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know
we
how
won't
to
say
explain
too much
it.
about that. Research it for yourselves
Yeah.
if you dare. But I warn you, it's quite graphic.
What was it called?
It was called Anyway, listen, thank you so much for stopping by, guys, and thank you so much to Zealous Rebellious Clothing for sponsoring this video too. That is all we've got time for in this episode, and until next time, I don't know who they are, but if you don't subscribe,
They will get you.
so make sure you are indeed subscribed. Make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new video here on Monster Gab. Like the video if you did indeed like it. Share with your friends and leave a comment down there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.